All right, our workout today is going to be a fun little kind of odd object day. In this workout, it is not going to be for score. It is truly going to be for just hard work. You can count your reps if you'd like, but honestly, I just want you to move. We have 8 stations that we're going to be working through. 7 of them have an exercise tied to them. The 8th one is a rest. And what we're going to do is we're going to spend 2 minutes at each station trying to just have some fun with some equipment that we don't always get to play with. All right. So you can start at any station you want and then just rotate through as you see fit. Okay. So from here we have a tire flip. Now, if you have a big external tire, that's great. We're going to get underneath it, really lean into it, get it up standing, and then we're going to push it over. If you don't have a tire, but you do have a landmine, or you have like a corner of a room, just something that you can wedge the barbell end to, we can do some kind of clean and presses with the bar. We can go ahead and this is going to be in substitution of that tire flip. So we're going to grab the bar with both hands. We're going to go ahead and use our legs to get it up, and then we're going to press it up into the sky. Then we're going to bring it right back down. If you are getting really heavy, so like 45 stacked up, you can get this side to be really heavy and you might need to use crash pads. So if you're using it for the jerk, you can drop it down and use a crash pad for that. All right. So that's going to be in substitution if you do not have a tire to flip. From there, we're going to go into a sled push and a sled drag. Okay, a sled push has handles, and we are going to push down. Your goal is to put your body weight on it at minimum. If not, we want to try to load it up with a good amount of weight. So you want to be able to push continuously down about 75 feet before you have to turn around, and you want to keep moving the whole time. And you want to be so light that you're sprinting. All right, we also have a sled with straps, and with the straps, we're going to pull back, okay? Again, we're going to start at minimum with your body weight on that sled, but we can actually load it up pretty heavy. As long as you can continually move, then you're good to go. But if you have to take a few steps and stop to go ahead and create that momentum and to restart, then I'd rather you go a little bit lighter. All right, then we have a gymnastics skill. We have the pullover. The pullover is a very advanced skill for most, and we'll show you how we can kind of progress into a modification. Now, if you're doing a full pullover, remember that we have parts that are external of our body. So if you are going to be moving through that pullover, we need to make sure our hips go over the top of the bar. We don't want our hips to go at the bar and kind of squeegee through, because we want to make sure we protect this region of our body. Okay, with a pullover is going to start with more of a strict pull up into a swing slightly upwards. All right, and then we land here on top of that dipping position. Again, we want to make sure that as we bring our legs up, okay, we're going to go ahead, bring that pull to the hip. We want to pull to the hip so that we can get our hips up and over. All right. If we get here and we kind of get stuck, you can turn your hands over and pull and press yourself up to the top. Now, if that's a little bit intimidating, a little scary, we can play around with a low bar. I've only strapped the bar to the rig so it's nice and secure. I have some pads here that I can use as kind of steps, and I can go ahead and start to get myself walking over, trying to do a little bit of a kick over into that nice pullover position. We can also assist this by someone kind of helping you up and over. We want to remember that we want to keep driving the knees to the nose the whole time as our body passes over the bar, and then we press up. All right. If this is a skill that you're not able to get, don't worry. It's just playtime. We're going to play around with it. Okay. Then we're going to go ahead and grab some kettlebells for a farmer's carry. The challenge for this one is to be able to hold your body weight in total with those kettlebells and walk around for the full 2 minutes without putting it down. This is a hard challenge. Okay, that means for me personally, I'm 150 pounds, and that means I'm gonna grab a 75-pound kettlebell in either one of my hands, and that's gonna total 150 pounds. I'm gonna stand it up. I'm gonna try to walk for 2 full minutes without setting it down. If you have to set it down, that's okay, but that's your goal and your objective in today's play, all right? Now our last station is going to be a hand over hand pull. All right, that's gonna be with a long rope attached to a sled, and you're gonna pull it in, okay? That one's gonna be pretty challenging to do. If you need to scale that because you don't have a long rope and a sled, we can go ahead and grab our ring, okay? And we can go ahead and start to just work on that pull. Hand over hand exchange is a good way to kind of work on just pulling. All right, so you can also just add a second sled drag to your stations, and then you can kind of play around with just dragging heavy weight. But again, this is going to be 7 stations of work followed by a resting station. We're just going to move through it. We're going to spend 2 minutes at each station. There will be a rotation for about a minute in between the stations so that you have time to strip the weight and kind of move through it. But again, we're just trying to play. So think about 2 minutes of work followed by 1 minute of rest across the board on this, and just having an opportunity to touch some of the pieces of equipment that we don't normally get to play with. And I really hope you enjoy it. And if not, well, we'll try again tomorrow.